Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, I'm going to be designing this caution keep out get away from here swimsuit and matching bag with you guys. I was actually inspired by Kim Kardashian times Balenciaga. I'm going to insert that picture here. That outfit was dope and avant-garde as you know what I mean? So today we're going to be making a bikini version because you guys know swimwear is what my brand is mostly based around. It's the first type of design I've ever created, and I'm never going to stray away from swimwear. So with that being said, these are all the materials that are going to be used, and we're going to be taking shortcuts and designing this my way. So first we're going to start off, and I have some scrap gator skin. I'm actually watching Baddies West on Now That's TV. No, that's not Baddies West. I think that's Deja Vu. That's my show. But we're going to be using some scrap fabric that I had from years ago. I probably had this fabric for like 6 years now. This is some scrap. I never like to throw away my scraps because they're always good for bikinis. Bikinis literally only take 3 pieces to make: a panty part and 2 bra pieces. So right now I'm going to be cutting the panty part. We're freehanding. We're not using any rulers. The mat is actually a ruler, and you can find this mat on Amazon. I'll drop the link down below, or any Walmart near you. So I'm going to be cutting this into a shape of a panty line. That's a curve right there. So you're going to need the curve line for the side parts of your bikini line. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just turn this fabric around and do the same thing on both sides. The main thing about cutting fabric is just making sure that everything is asymmetrical. You want things to be asymmetrically placed. That gives me tongue tie, because you need it to sit evenly and the same way on both sides. So I know how to freehand because I have a really good eye, but if I were you, I'd definitely use rulers. Like I said, this mat works like a ruler for me, but I've been freehanding designs for so long that I can literally just cut this out by the eye and it will still be asymmetrical and even and on point. So to each its own. If you think that you're skilled enough to do it without a ruler, then go ahead. But just to get an accurate cut, I suggest using some measurements. So this is my panty piece that I originally cut out. I do want the back part to be more of like a thong type of bikini because this is gator skin. So you can see how hard it is for me to even cut it. It doesn't stretch or move at all. It's kind of like using cardboard. So I'm going to make the back piece a little more slender, which is what I'm doing now. I'm just slimming out the back part so that it can have a better fit when I put it on the body. Because, you know, we're trying to take something that's flat and turn it into 3-dimensional. So remember what I said about being asymmetrical. So now I'm going to flip this over, fold it in half, so I can make sure that both sides are evenly cut. Because as much as you think that you're looking at a straight line, mama, that's not always the case. So cutting it in half is my secret tool to getting both sides of whatever I'm making evened out. The key to cutting, you guys, is literally just like keeping your scissors flat on the ground. And this is why I love these Fiskars scissors, because if you guys didn't notice, the bottom edge lays flat on the ground, so it's perfect for cutting a straight line and taking your time. As you guys can see, this video is not sped up. I'm really just sitting here taking my time and running through the scissors through the fabric like smooth like milk. So the whole thing about designing is, as tedious as it is, you have to be patient and you have to take your time, or your work is going to be what? Not good. That's exactly what's going to happen. So now that I've kind of like played this perfectionist role, because I really like will go in and keep cutting, which is a problem for me because I'll only make the fabric smaller and smaller. So be mindful of that. Do not be too much of a perfectionist, because a lot of this needs ease allowance. As you can see, I have seam allowance on the top and on the side. So that means that this panty is actually going to be way smaller than what it looks like. So now we're going to hit our bra pieces, which is a lot more easier to cut. I started off with the panty because it is a little bit harder, and I kind of wanted to test your skills. You know what I mean? I didn't want to give you the easy part first. So we're just going to be cutting 2 triangles And I folded over the fabric. That's the method I love to use, just so that I'm not doing things twice. Folding the fabric over, I'm going to automatically cut 2 bra pieces in one swift motion instead of cutting one first and then one second. And guess what? They're going to be the same exact size. So as you can see at the top, I'm not going to cut a straight triangle. I'm actually going to square it a little bit because, like you say, you need your seam allowance. If you're not a designer and you're learning, a seam allowance is basically the area of the fabric that you need left over for you to actually stitch. So you never want to cut things to the exact measurement. My bra pieces are a lot smaller because I have small breasts, but you make sure you measure your breast from top to bottom and across so you can know how big your triangles should be. Right now, I'm just curving the edges of the triangle because I wanted to cut my bra a little bit in a way. So now we got both our pieces cut. It's time to tape up our handbag and our bikini. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taping up the handbag because I know it takes a lot more tape to get it covered up. And I don't want to run out of tape. I actually got this tape from Amazon. I'm going to drop down the link below. You know, I always hook you guys up with my links to everything I get. So I want to kind of do a mixture of the caution and the warning and the keep out. And I'm just going to kind of plaster it all over the bag. The bag is functional, so I'm going to try to get the inside part as well. And we're just going to go and just go crazy. Like, there really aren't too many rules when it comes to being creative and designing. So I'm not really sitting here sketching and programming. By the way, I don't know how to sketch. I can design, but I can't draw 2 stick figures to save my life. So everything is in my head. This whole design, I thought about making this way before not before the pandemic. Whenever Kim K wore this, I wanted to recreate this. And this was a little while ago. And I never did. And one day I seen my puppy literally tearing one of my, because I had another tape, I think it had like stranger or something written on it, and he was literally like eating at it and destroying it like it was a toy. And I'm like, you know what, that's what I get, because I should have been designing something out of this. Now, before the rest of them just kind of disappear, because I lose a lot of things all the time, because I have so much stuff, let me just get this out the way. And that's what made me kind of get up and get this done. Originally it was supposed to be a Halloween costume, but I was going to be Kim K and I just never got around to doing it. So as you can see, I'm just kind of like, you know, just winging it. I'm just going for it. And I love the way it's coming out because I wanted this kind of assorted, dramatic feeling. And it's coming out exactly how I envisioned it. That's the reason why sometimes you don't have to know how to sketch, because everything is up here in your brain. It's here. So I'm going to do the rest of this off camera because I want to kind of really get all the nitty gritty parts of this. And you guys get the gist. The video doesn't have to be this long. Now we've covered our caution purse looking real, fire. That looks very neatly made, very neatly done. And I did this sitting down right on my front porch, smoking a little bit of weed. You know what I'm saying? I was chilling. It didn't even take too much strife. So now that we got the purse done, I'm hype. Okay, so I really need you guys to share your journey with me when it comes to designing this, because like I need to know your feeling when you actually like finish, because it's one thing to be in the process. To finish, it feels immaculate. So now I'm going to go ahead and start taping up the bathing suit pieces. And I actually had more tape than I even needed because I barely used like a couple of yards of tape. Like it went a long way. So let's tape up the bra pieces first because I don't know, why did I choose the bra pieces first? No specific reason. I'm just trying to get this done because oh my god, my attention span is so low that once I start a design, by the time I'm halfway through, I'd be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Can somebody else finish this for me? Like, that's literally me. Like, that's how I know I need, like, a design house, because I can't sit down and just make things from start to finish. Like, I want to put the concept together, and then I want to go about my business. I want to get to what's the next step? Like, what's the next design? Like, and that's one of my weaknesses, is that my attention span is low and I never sit down and actually just like finish things, it be burning my soul to sit down and finish things. I'd be so like a candy, like a kid in a candy shop and I can't have the candy I want. Like, you're telling me I gotta finish this Snicker bar when I want a Kit Kat? Like, that's crazy. So that's literally how I am. So literally finishing this work is like such a good feeling. So, you know, when you guys get a chance to do this and you actually finish, I really would love to see like what you guys actually came up with, because, you know, I just know that, like, you know, it's kind of like when you clean your house, like when you see in the before, like what something was after, and then what it comes out to, it's like, I did that. Like, yeah, me. Like, you know, you feel like a goat, like, you know. So I added like a sporadic amount of tape. You see keep out, caution, what else is on there? Warning. And I don't want to cover everything with tape because I wanted to give this a more avant-garde feeling. So I didn't want to make the bathing suit first and then tape it. I wanted to tape it on the fabric and then sew it so that it can look like this was actually fabric. So the reason I didn't put tape everywhere is because I know that I was going to sew it and I didn't need it to be like crunchy. Remember, the gator skin is already thick. So now to put tape on it, it's going to my sewing machine, and I've had to get my sewing machine repaired so many times. And you guys, I have 3 machines, but I need all 3 of them because they all like work differently. So when I have to get one of them repaired, it really slows down my work process and production. So that's why I didn't cover everything. So now I actually flipped the fabric to cut the excess tape off, because I just felt like it would be easier to see what pieces I didn't need if I flipped it over. These are just little tools and mechanisms that I use to just get me through, like, you know, my little production time. You know, I'm self-taught and I did not learn in school. I did go to FIT, but I went for production, and merchandising. I didn't go for design, but you know, I'm excited about what I've been able to learn on my own. So I'm going to use this little brown nude mesh to line the inside of my fabric. I just love lining everything with nude mesh, and I'm going to go ahead and cover the rest of the 2 pieces. And the next time you see me, this bikini is going to be what? Finito. Thank you for watching, you guys. Oh, all right, you see what the vibe is hitting for. You see how this came out, photographed very well. I took these pictures on the beach, on the grassy, sandy part, and I wanted to take it in the pool, but I didn't want to go in the water with all this like tape and gator skin. So, you know, the vibes. Okay, guys, so this is the Caution swimsuit. Listen, I want to show you guys the full body, but this is already too much for YouTube. They're not playing that with me. They're going to ban my channel, and there's going to be a hater who's going to report me like they always do. So if you guys want to see the full body look, you know where to go. To my Instagram page. You're going to find reels, TikTok, Instagram photos, PG-13, X-rated, all them different type of things, because you know your girl is multifaceted, free-spirited, and I like to live comfortable in my own skin. So this is the Caution bathing suit and the matching purse. Let me give you a close-up. That's right. And it's functional, it works. You heard? So real cute. Look at the detail on it, very neatly made. The swimsuit, as you guys can see, it fits so nice. I wanted to make it look like fabric. If you go close up, you'll see it. You can see the seam lines in the tape, because I didn't want to make a bathing suit and then tape over it, because it would look really arts and crafty. I wanted it to look more avant-garde, you know. And then I paired it with some clear straps. Honestly, I wanted to do black straps because the bathing suit is already dainty. So the clear straps literally makes me look like I have nothing on, like I'm literally naked. So to redesign this, I'd most likely do it with black gator skin straps for a fact. But it's so cute. I wish you guys could see the panty, but you can't see it, no sir.
So yes, if you want to see the full body look, I'm going to drop my Instagram right here. My Instagram is always listed in my bio. Make sure you follow me to keep in touch and stay tuned. I'm very active on my Nike page. Outside of YouTube, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this look I designed, drop in the comments below. You guys know I'm going to do a members only chat to do an intense teaching and sewing class my way, not the book way, my way, using my techniques, my designs. So make sure you guys stay tuned so that you can subscribe to my members only and learn all the details on how to make these beautiful, cute, unique ensembles and step out like the only girl in the world. But thank you guys for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. I'm going to be having a whole series on just sewing. I have so much set in store for you guys. So if you're creative and you're a diva and you're a baddie, make sure you tap in with me. See you guys later. Love you. Bye.